Hello, my friends, and welcome to the new video. Today, I want to talk to you a bit about doing the jobs that you dislike, some of my tips that I have with it, how to deal with it, and so on. You know, for me, I don't, not everything in my life is as I would like it to be. There is not such a thing, We see it on Instagram, we see it on YouTube, all of these lifestyles, but the reality is most of us still have a lot of things that we dislike, and sometimes that thing is our job. Not to get into too much details for me, but like one of the jobs that I do is I clean apartments. I also manage them. I also check in guests. I also clean them. I really dislike it. I don't want to say hate it, but I really dislike it. Like really have to push myself to do it, to show up, to do it. Good job at it. And for a long time, I just hated when I had to show up and do it. I hated it. And right now, I dislike it. I can still say that. But I found some ways to deal with it. And whatever it is that you are doing, I hope these tips will help you out. So, number one is perspective, I'd say. You need to have a good perspective. Some people do, some people don't. The reality is that like nowadays in the modern world, it is not that common for everyone to do the work. A lot of people are living with their parents or living like from what they had left in their bank account and just being lazy, just doing little things here and there, getting by. It's also a good perspective to realize that you all could have a job, which many people are still looking for a job. Many people are still trying to, this is a real thing. You could literally be trying to find a job, but still there's nothing. You can really be willing to work, but there's nothing. So it's very much about that perspective, being grateful that you even get to work. But the perspective goes a bit deeper, and that is that there is a core issue with many young people nowadays, and that is that they do not even want to work, and they find work as something as like a bad thing. Work is the most holy thing there is. Working and having like your duty, that is what makes our life purposeful. That's what makes us contribute something to society, to feel accomplished. Just having a regular job. Like if you're listening to this and you're like, oh, I do not know what my purpose is, I do not know what to do in this life, and you do not have a job, get a job, whatever it is. Work is not some evil thing. It's not like something forced on you. It's not like you have like this that you need this like business, or that you need to be free, like you're an animal and only you need to work. Like some stupid things people say, like that's not true. True work is such a blessing, and even if it's a bad work, we need to be glad for it, and we need to, if this is you, not run away from it. Because if you are this kind of person, no matter what thing you do, no matter anything, as soon as you have to take some effort, as soon as you have to be responsible, show up, you will cry about it. You'll be like, I hate this stuff, I want something like where I can be free, where I can be creative. That's how we will say it here. Or like this. Come on, bro. You need to get serious, you need to grow up. Work is an essential part of life. That is number one, the perspective. Number two, what I would say, and I'm just again coming from my mind, I haven't written anything down, but I would say you need to make some plans in your life. It's a common saying, are you living to work? We're working to live. I just did say that work is important, but it should not be your only thing, and it should not be something that you're just constantly stressing about. You need to make plans in the sense that if you are not satisfied with your job and you have fixed the number one issue, like with your mind, okay, is this something that you are doing temporary to maybe have a better job in the future, to maybe have a better position, or maybe to have more experience, or is this just your life? You have just accepted it. Because I know people, for example, in tourism, in like hotel businesses, where they're waiters, where they dedicated their whole life to the company. they don't get that much paid. They're literally living like working on two shifts, sometimes even three, like spending 12 hours a day in a hotel, not being appreciated. And that's just their life. They accepted that that's their living. They schedule their whole life around it. All right, that's definitely not for me, but that's for you, all right. But if you're unsatisfied, you need to have a goal. You cannot just cruise through life and be like, yeah, I'm just gonna do this, maybe I get something else. No. If you are unsatisfied, that's fine, as long as you have a bigger goal. That means, for example, if you want to start a business or something, first of all, you can usually start it while you're working. You don't have to quit your job. But thing is, if you know that you have a reason for it being tough, it makes it much more easier to handle. Much more easier to handle. For me, doing some jobs that I do, I'm doing it to support my business. I'm doing it to support, well, right, right now, doing this with you, that I'm able to record this. That's one of my reasons, because I have higher goals than just the job. But if the highest goal of yours is just to finish the shift, then everything gets tougher. But if you're like, I need to make money or I need to get experience, that's why I'm willing to suffer for a period of time until I do something better. That's it. So if you're just cruising around, stop it, focus on goals, get even a better job, or try to find a reason, like I just said. And if you have a reason, think of it. Remind yourself every morning when you're stepping into the job, or when you, every night, whatever it is, remind yourself, I'm doing this for my future, or I'm doing this for my family, whatever it is. Remind yourself of this. It will make everything much easier. Number three tip is to, well, kind of have fun with yourself, in a sense, like challenge yourself. For me, one of the things that I love doing is like, okay, let's see how quick I can get clean this section, like how quickly I can clean this section, or let's test out if I can maybe do a different method of this and that. It's ridiculous, but I am having different methods where I am trying to make it more fun for me, make it more entertaining for me, and yeah, just like having little challenges like that. For example, yeah, like, okay, I did 130, now I'll do 125, like 1 hour and 25 minutes, and stuff like this. Like having these little challenges, so helpful. So I do not know obviously what you're doing as a job, but there's always something that you can be like, okay, let's see if I can do this better, I can do this differently. I can maybe, if you're in an office job, you can maybe start, like challenge yourself how quickly you can answer a mail, or how much you can get done. It does discard the employer talk, discard like the boss. Maybe he will do this, maybe he'll do that. Do it for yourself. Make it entertainment for yourself, not for someone else. That's literally such a good tip that helped me out a lot. Having a sense of a game of it, gamifying it if you want. Number four, I'd say, is you need to be very, very mindful throughout the day. You must not allow to yourself to be like this. At 4 p.m. you have to show up to work, and you are free from 8 to 3. But what happens? You spend all of that free time thinking about your shift at 4. And then your 8-hour shift turns into a 16-hour shift. And you are, like we said, leaving to work. Well then, yeah, you're destroyed. That little stress will kill you slowly. You will lose hair. You will get hormone disturbances. You will not sleep easily. You must be mindful throughout the day. You must plan your day. You must become a person who, if you have 30 minutes of free time, you can literally just be like this, or like this, brain dead. Like, I'm serious. You need to be able to not think of what's coming next, but enjoy the moment. If you do not do this, like I said, you will die from the stress. And that could literally mean, yeah, not figurative. Um, whatever time is it that you have, first of all, schedule what you want to do. If that's gym, if that's reading, if that's relaxation, that's swimming, that's sleeping, tell to yourself, I'm going to do this at that time. And that's the only thing that should exist. Disregard all of the rest things that should, like the thoughts, the worries, because life will slip away so quickly, my friends. It's insane how quickly the time passes when you're working a lot. It's already September, and I feel like yesterday was like June. And you really have to be careful with this to live your life. Schedule things Don't think about things that you need to do next. Have it all on paper. Enjoy it truly. And when it comes time to work, that's when you worry. If you're gonna worry at all. And when it's not, you're off. That's why you say, I'm off. This day I'm on this day. But you're not this day on. You're on for that hours and you're off for those hours every single day. Apply this mindset, my friends. One thing is that, yeah, a lot of issues, like the book says, for example, the courage to be disliked. They say every problem is like an interrelationship problem, like problems between humans, and that is very much so displayed in work. When you have like colleagues, when you have bosses, and we get too attached to what they think. We want to impress them. We want to be like, yes, sir. I'm going to be my best. I'm going to do my best. But that is, for majority of people, that is not the correct option. Especially when you have like these small-minded people, in the sense that they will try to, like backstab you. They will try to gossip behind your back. It's like this very competitive environment. You should not play into these games. You should do things that, number one, you want to do. Not what you want to do, but number one, doing things that you need to do as your duty. And then, if it's your choice, doing even better, not because you're competing with someone, not because you're trying to impress your boss, because you find it as your duty. It's like looking at the job, and you as a man, or even as a woman, you're trying to excel at it, be your best, because you remember that everything, like anything that you do, is like you do everything. If I do something badly, that means I'm not a 100% like a lion person. If you're really a lion person, if you're like someone who's really trying to improve themselves and be the best that they can be, then you're trying to do everything perfectly. So you're not being lazy at your job. It's a big showing of character, which goes to point number one, and that is you do not want to really work. You're not about this life. You're not about life at all. You should really check with yourself that you are always doing your best, not to impress someone, not to fight with someone. Ignore those people. Let them do their thing. Of course, you can make friends. You should make friends. It's not like you're like trying to prove something to them. You're just doing your own thing. That's my tip, my friend. Yeah, if you apply these things, it will get much more easier to tolerate. But let's not kid ourselves. Like, it's a part of life. It is a hard part of life, but everyone has to do it. Everyone has to go through it. It's our cross to carry, and running away from it will not make you stronger. Doing it will make you stronger. Like I said, and I will always say, the more responsibilities that you have, it will probably be easier for you to get them. They say, like, there's also a saying, like, if you want something done the quickest, you give it to the busiest person you know. They will, because they are so well organized, they'll schedule it. The work is an integral part of life. If it sucks right now, it can just be a phase, like we said, with point number two, just having a vision, just having a goal. Endure it, and don't let it break you, but rather let it build you. Any small stress in life can be used in a positive way, just as in a gym. When we are lifting weights, we use small stress, we destroy our muscles, but we grow stronger. Just as job, whatever thing that happens, whatever challenge that happens, great, because that will only make you stronger. And if you are really doing a bad job, and if you're like, first of all, there's no bad jobs. I respect every single job. I'm talking more about something if you really dislike it, but every single job, especially this, my friend, manual labor, like anything with your hands, anything like that, like garbage man, whatever it's called, I have so much respect, and you should too. And it's an honorable job to have because you're serving the world. But my point was, yeah, you will gain such a valuable experience through all of these things, and even if you continue doing it your whole life, great. But then master it, be a master of it. 100% into it. You don't have to work everything that you like. You don't have to do everything that you like in our life. Most of the times nowadays, my friends, I don't feel like going to the gym, but it makes me such a better person. It makes me so much stronger. When I go to spar, feel so nervous. I feel so anxious, but I still go and do it because I know it makes me stronger. And that's with my jobs that I do. There for a reason, there for a purpose. And even if there was no purpose, I'm that kind of person that will use the stress, use something that I dislike, and make me even more resilient, make me even more disciplined and anti-fragile. So that's it, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this little video, and I'll see you soon. Much love.